and we're flooding the AP with this. We also added some capability of lowering this attack so that it doesn't flood it like that, but we just wanted it to crack fast, so we left it flooding. And if we try to crack the web key, as we can see in all this time that it was capturing, it captured less than 900 IVs, which is very, very little. We need at least 80,000 for this to work. And it's going very slowly, even though we are flooding the AP, because the attack by its nature is slow. So that's why we had to patch the cryptanalysis, because if we had done the FMS, we'd have been there for ages. So this was about roughly 30 minutes, 45 minutes later. At that point, we had 60,000 IVs, and Aircrack was able to crack the web key. All these patches to Aircrack that I'm mentioning are going to be put up in our site. They can be applied to the latest version of Aircrack to add all these new capabilities. So basically, as a recap, this is the standard WEP cracking flowchart to attack a web AP. The interesting thing is that this new attack mode can also be used against a Cisco AP if it's just running web. So basically, we add that new branch of a new attack mode. And this summarizes our WPA migration mode attack. The flowchart, this is what I've been talking about. And basically, we always conclude in cracking the web key. So no matter what types of protection we try to add to the AP, we were also always able to successfully crack the web key. And once we have the web key, we can access the network. There's only one tiny detail to this, that if you remember when Diego talked about how to configure WPA migration mode, he said that you have to put the key in slot 2 or 3, which is what normally everybody uses the first slot, slot 0. So if you look at the web frames that are in the air, you're going to see that they have a key index of 1 or 2. And so if you try to join this AP using web, you're going to have to, in Linux, specify the key ID in the IWconfig command, or in Windows, you have to add the network and then manually by hand go to the advanced options to set the correct key index, because if not, even though you have the correct web key, you're not going to be able to join the network. So now Diego will talk about some mitigations and recommendations.
So now we know that an AP running in migration mode can be attacked and the web key can be obtained from there. So basically, solutions. So we know that web is completely broken, so you should avoid it and do not use web. This is a basic solution for that. And turn off WPA migration mode if you are finished with the migration process. If your web station are not there anymore, turn off this option, because as Leandro showed, the web key can be cracked and an attacker can be able to connect to the AP to then attack the rest of the stations. Some mitigation strategies. So enable PSPF, station isolation. As you have seen, it can be cracked anyway, but it is a mitigation strategy. Enable MAC filtering in order to try to limit the attack surface. We all know that cloning a MAC address is something that is easy to do. Limit the signal strength in order to just to cover your operations area, your building, wherever, and implement some time-based filter in order to just put some access control to the whole infrastructure. So under these conditions, don't forget that the attack is still possible. So these are mitigations, but the attack can be carried out anyway. And some recommendations. Try to split your AP using two different service set identifiers, one for WPA and the other one for WEP. So you can put all the filtering and all the access control you need between those VLANs. This is much more secure than the first option, which is the one SSID using both encryptions. If you can use VPN over the web part of your network, which is interesting, which is an interesting solution, but it depends on the devices or endpoints or computers you are using in the web part of your network. And finally, some general recommendations about how to secure a wireless network can be found in the integrated deployments of Cisco Wireless LAN Security. And then you have a Google Books URL to look at this book. If you have some questions, please let us know, and we can try to answer.
Are you going to take a microphone? Yeah. I didn't hear your second question. The first question, the answer to the first question is no. You have to explicitly set WPA migration mode. And what was your second question? Yeah, you have to manually set it if you're going to use WPA migration mode, because migration mode supports static web clients, and in order for the AP to have that key, you have to manually set it. There are some types of attacks that you could carry out. We did not focus on that. There might be some possible ways, but the thing is that since you already have the web key and you can connect to the network, obtaining the WPA key is not going to give you any additional information. So we didn't go down that road. Sorry? Yeah, but once you know the web key and you connect with that web key, you're going to see everything. You're not going to see the TKIP traffic because that's WPA encrypted, but it doesn't matter. You can still attack the stations and the network from a layer 3 perspective. So it wasn't the focus of our research. Okay. No more questions?
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.